Okay. Hello. We are going to do a whip and chat today. This here that I'm working on is The Seasons by Alphonse Mucha, and I'm looking for, oh, here it is. Here's my project bag. So let me show you. And here I keep all my extra drills that I have. So let me stand up so I can see what you can see. Anyway, this is The Seasons, Spring 1900 by Alphonse Mucha, and it comes from the Diamond Painting Shop. And I am just started, so I will be doing my third section. I've already completed two. A little slow, but yeah. So that's what I'm working on. And this is for Mucha Mania 2025 that Anthony at Single Emplacing is hosting. I am using my putty in my multi-placer is Marshmallow Fireside from Mary Mud. I just put it in here, so I'm still cleaning it up a little bit. And I have I have two micro glue dots in my single placer. Get those back in there good. Okay. My tray is from Yellow Dog Designs, and it's just a white. So this is an XL tray, if you wanted to know. There's a lot of color blocking, so I thought this would be a good tray to use. And then, of course, I am using my new cat ear trays, tray bricks, I guess is what they call them. Still haven't figured out a good way. Wait a minute, maybe that would be a good way. Nope. Trying to figure out a good way to have them. I guess I'm going to lay them down. So yeah, I think that's going to be the best way. And then let me pull my papers are from Bee's Crafty Corner. Pull this back so I can get the section aligned here. This is a round kit. Yeah, and it's a 22.8 inches by 52.4 inches or 58 by 133 centimeters, whichever one makes the most sense to you. Put that there. You can see it's a lot of color blocking, and all of this plus is all ABs, all ABs. So, So let me move these over here. And then let me see, I need to turn this around this away. Okay. And I guess we'll get this party started. Let me make sure you're in enough that you can see what the heck I'm doing. I hate that you get a glare. Hang on, let me move that a little bit. I hate that you get a glare, but you know, y'all, if I turn this light off, let me see if I can dim it, or change the color. No, not really. Let's see. Oh, that's plus, Leanne. No. See, even if I make it dimmer, it really doesn't take away the glare for y'all. So I'm going to just leave it right there. Okay, I'm sorry. I am truly sorry. But I think you can see well now as to what I'm doing. So let's do 4 first. Oh, you know what? I don't need this tray. I'm so used to using trays. I don't even need it. Gosh. Goodness. So I'm getting, and there's still a learning curve, and I haven't been using, I think this is only my second time to use these. So it's taken me a little bit, y'all. It's taken me a little bit. I am going to end up doing a video with me, because I have a video on storage, but it didn't involve any of this kind of stuff. So I want to do a different one and see if, if my favorite storage has changed. Because there's a possibility that it has. Let me try this light too, because I'm sorry, I'm reaching across here. That glare is kind of affecting me too. Let me turn it off and see. Maybe if I move that a little bit, that would help. I don't know why. I might have different. I have two desks here in my craft room, and this one is not in front of a window, so it gets darker over here. And I mean, I have just one overhead light that is a ceiling fan light. It's just not enough. I need to hire an electrician or somebody to come out and put some recessed lighting in. That would really be helpful. I just haven't done it, you know. But I mean, technically it's a bedroom, so it doesn't have those kind of lights. Although I put them in my master bedroom because sometimes you need to see. You know, it's like you drop something on the floor, or you're trying to clean, or you know, sometimes it's like I need more light in here. So let's see. Boy, this is really snappy, isn't it? It's fresh putty. And it smells divine, y'all. Divine. Yes, my hands are getting into the glue. That doesn't really bother me so much. I know it does some people, and so if it does you, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You know, I don't hate rounds, but they're not as pleasant to multi-place as squares are to me. But yeah, because they don't line up the same. They're slightly bigger. Oh. All right, so what's been going on? Well, let's see. Not a whole lot. I mean, nothing earth-shattering or anything like that. But everything's been good since the last time I spoke with y'all. It's been about a week ago now. Everything's been going well. My dad is he's doing well. I mean, yeah, I mean, when you consider his age, he's doing excellent. He went and had a whole battery of tests done on his heart, and his heart is perfectly fine. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. So, I mean, we should all be that lucky, especially at 88, right? So that's all good. Kiddos are doing good. So, yeah. Jacob went on a camping trip over the weekend. Today, by the way, today is Tuesday, November 4th. And hopefully this will go up on Tuesday, November 4th. If not, it depends, because sometimes our internet is slow. And I don't know why. We went to the Xfinity store, the Comcast store today, to trade in our TV box, and he was saying their internet was slow, and it had or their computers were slow, not internet. The computers were slow. Of course, they are who runs our internet. But he said it had something to do with, I guess, the Amazon thing crashed, and then the Microsoft thing crashed, and I don't know. Anyway, he said it looks like he thinks they're fixing it, and so it's just going to make things run a little slower. Sounds like okie dokie. But anyway, where was I going with that? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Where was I going with that? Oh, me uploading. So sometimes you know, it feels like it takes forever. But I don't know that it's my internet, you know, because, yeah, I don't think it's the internet as much as, I don't know, maybe it's YouTube, maybe it's my phone. Yeah, it could be the internet. It could be a whole myriad of things, right? So hopefully this will go up on Tuesday. I have a live tomorrow, Wednesday at 2 o'clock, my usual time. I haven't set it up yet. Hopefully I will remember to do so after I finish this WIP and chat. I like setting it up on my laptop because I prefer to go live on my laptop because it's easier with me for seeing chat. So, but yeah. Come on. Max has a birthday on Monday. So we got to figure out what he wants to do so we can celebrate him. I'm sure he wants a nothing but cakes. I don't know if you'll have those where you are, but if you do, highly recommend. Let's see, I'm looking for, these are not in any kind of, I mean, once you get past the numeral 8, they're in no kind of order, like they're not in an alphabetical order. So I'm having to look for the, there it is, I see it. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Shake these up a little bit. Like I said, I'm still getting the hang of these. So bear with me. I can tell right now these didn't line up properly. It's kind of the downside to filling in the middle part, because for whatever reason I can't ever get them to line up exactly right without some effort. So I may just single place these. No reason why I can't. Yeah, so he's trying to figure out what he wants to eat. He hasn't decided. So hopefully, you know, he figures it out. This tip is loose. Can y'all see that? Look. Oh, you know what? I used Putty and it's not working. Well, I'll tell you why it's not working, because that's hollow. All right, let me try some washi here. How about that? Sorry, y'all. I should be a little bit more prepared. Come on now. Come on now. Yeah, I don't like the look of the washi tape, but hey, I need to get it to stay in, so put that in the trash. The trash. Okay. We had to go to the Xfinity store today because our TV box, like I was telling you, was not working. We're not sure if it's the box or there, that's better, or if something happened to the line. But there's only one way to find out. The easiest thing to do is trade in the box for a new one, because if you ever have like you know, power surges, or you know, where the power goes on and off real fast, you can have all sorts of problems with your electronics. And it just seems that everything that has anything to do with internet or TV is the first thing to suffer. So I was like, maybe that's it. Plus, I swear these boxes are disposable. So I don't know what they do, but whenever they give you a new one, it's not actually new. It's just a refurbished one. So not sure how they do it. Also, I bought Max because okay, I guess I should start by saying I have been anti-UGG shoes for a very long time. Ever since they came out. I was like, I called them birth control shoes. I mean, fugly shoes. I just thought they were the ugliest shoes I've ever seen. And really and truly, I haven't changed my opinion of that. I do think they are quite atrocious. However, I bought some because they had them like house shoes. And for whatever reason, I was like, I think I want to try these and see. So I was at the mall and they had a Crocs store. So I tried them on and I was like, oh my word. And so I bought some and then I bought me some more. And then I just ordered me another pair from Crocs online, their online store. So I don't know. I think, my kids laughed at me. But anyway, I had bought Max some of, that are the fleece lined, for, well, house shoes to wear. Although I wear mine out and about and I really don't care what anybody thinks. So, but he tried them on and he was like, I just don't think I'm ready. I don't think I'm in my Crocs phase. And I was like, okay. So I had to take those back to Kohl's. And while I was in there, it's like, oh, I got to get back up here. Well, while I was in there, they had these, these things set up in the aisle with like stocking stuffer stuff, just like really cool stocking stuffer stuff. And so I thought, well, you know what? I think, first I was like, oh, because we usually have a stocking for Jacob because he's the only one who doesn't have a significant other to do stuff for him for Christmas. So, but I was like, oh, I need to come back here. I want to get some of this stuff for his stocking. I think that'd be cool. And then I was like, you know what I think I'll do? I mean, I could just buy some stockings and decorate them or whatever, but I think what I'm going to do is figure out what size box I need. And I think I'm going to go and get a lot of these stocking stuffers and for all the kiddos and put them in boxes, individual boxes. And then with the main gift being like a gift card or something. But it would have, to me, fun stuff, useful stuff. Like they had the old-fashioned paddle ball, the little wood thing, and they go. So hopefully you know what that meant. And I was like, yeah, I think I could see them enjoying it for a day, But some stuff was kind of practical. Like, I have one. It's one of those. It's a little hammer. Oops. It's a little hammer about yay long. But then you unscrew the top, and then inside there's different size screwdrivers. And, it's just like a little toolkit. And inside this little hammer. And it's brass, So I'm like, yeah, I think I will, get them one of those. That's just one of those things you can put in a drawer in your kitchen, and you never know when you'll need it. But there it is. I think mine is actually, it's right here. I'm just like, wait a minute. So here's mine. Now this one's bigger. Also, I got this at Bearing Hardware, and they're not even there anymore. So I've had this for a very long time. But this is what I used to hang pictures up in here. But you open it this way, and you got a screwdriver there. But you can also open it this way, and then you've got other screwdrivers, and then an even smaller screwdriver. I hope y'all can see that. And then, yeah, so you do all that. This is, like a little flathead screwdriver. But then you also have this. That's a bigger screwdriver. So, yeah, isn't that cool? I think it's cool. And so they had it's a little smaller than mine, so it may not have all the screwdrivers in it, but you know, it's kind of a neat thing to have on hand. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. And then, like I said, I'll put some candy in there, just a bunch of stuff. And then, depending on who's getting it, will depend on what gift cards you get. So, yeah. Oh, I don't want that one yet. I need to turn this one. This one I put on backwards, so I need to flip her. Oh, that's the only thing. These need to be like on a little side table. All right, let's do them this way. Okay, now I need a V. V. Here we go. Yeah, that's the only problem with these is me getting them out. It's not that easy. It's not like the end of the world or anything, but it's just not that easy. So, but all of this is fairy dust, so I want to do those last, especially with fresh putty. Okay, so let's put these down first. There we go. So yeah, I think I might do that. I mean, it would make it easier. What I need to do though is I need to, first of all, write down on a piece of paper who all I'm doing it for, because it's pretty much for everybody. But I promise you, I'll get in there and go, wait a minute, how many of these should I get? How many of those should I get? And so yeah, it would be helpful if. And I just think it would be fun, you know, kind of like, it kind of reminded me of like when I went to the retreat and they had, you know, our goodie bags. It was so much fun to go through the goodie bags to see what all you got. I mean, it was just a lot of fun. And so to me, it might be fun. Might be fun. But like, for instance, I might put like a little candle in there, but I wouldn't do that for the guys because they're not going to want that. But, and only have, well, I have a daughter-in-law and a daughter, so that's what only girls, except Jacob has a girlfriend, and I think they're kind of serious, so I don't know if I get her something too. I would hate to not. And, you know, her be there for Christmas, you know, and everybody's opening up something except her. That would, I would not like that. So I don't know. I may ask my son and see what he says. You know, because I don't, you know, I want to include her. But he's not going to know right now. We don't even know what we're doing for Thanksgiving, to be honest with you. I'm thinking that I'm going to cook, but I asked him what his plans were with her family, and he said she didn't know what her parents were doing at the moment. So I was like, well, you know, I don't want to fix it if people aren't going to be here. And I think my daughter said they were not going to be here, but I need to ask her to make sure. See if anything changed. I thought she said they were going to be going to Matthew's parents, which he lives in the, I say up north, but it's the Midwest. It's north of here. So, you know, and they're 4 people, so that would make a huge difference in what I would cook. So I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. For those of you that are in America, what are y'all doing to celebrate Thanksgiving? Are y'all going anywhere in particular? Are you cooking? Now a lot of places are open, so you don't have to. Hang on, I got to get some of this excess putty off. But I don't want to go out to eat. I mean, we've done that before, actually. And my biggest disappointment is the dressing. So, yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. But I need to figure it out soon because, well, it is November 4th. And if November's anything like October, it's going to be here next week. I mean, my gosh, October, just like, what? I know, Max today, he said, his birthday is November 10th, and he said, that's next Monday. I went, what? No, it's not. You know, you mean 2 weeks from Monday? And he was like, no, it's next Monday. I'm like, well, what is today? It's like, today is the 4th. I'm like, what? Oh my gosh. What is going on, people? Is that just getting older makes it go by so much quicker? I mean, I assume no one's changed the time, you know? Oh, my word. I don't know what's going on. Before you know it, though, it'll be Christmas. Speaking of Christmas, so my bestie Ann sent me a message today, and I guess you saw where Diamond Art Club is going to be releasing like 30 new Christmas kits, I guess, on Saturday, I think. And I'm a sucker for Christmas kits, y'all. I'm a sucker for anything Christmas. I love Christmas. I have got tons of Christmas kits. I don't need any more Christmas kits, but yeah. I'm like, if I can get away without buying one of the new release Christmas kits, it will be an actual Christmas miracle because I love them. And, you know, I bought the Nativity one from Diamond Art Club. I can't remember if that was last year or the year before, but I haven't done it. And apparently they've got a new one coming out, and it's like, you know, I can't just buy a new one because they're so big. But I really would like to do one because I'd like to frame it and put it above my mantle. Well, if I'm going to do that, well, then that's really something I need to get finished. Like in the next 3 weeks at least. And that's not going to happen now, is it? I mean, I guess if I stopped everything I'm doing, it could, but I'm not going to because, well, I'm doing events. And I just don't have a place to set up a whole new big diamond painting. I don't know. I do not know. I do not know. But it would look very nice. The one I have, the Nativity I have, would look very nice above my mantle, but yeah, it's a doozy. And I've pretty much decided I'm not doing any more large ones, and I got a lot of large kits that I need to do something with. Probably de-stash. So if any of y'all are ever, if you're not on the Facebook group, Diamonds and Doxy's Facebook group, get on there if you ever want to see any de-stash kits, because that's where I'm going to de-stash, is in the group. And for the most part, that's my plan. So yeah, I was going to do it on YouTube, but there's just really, I mean, I just look for that to be, I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want to make people angry with me. So, you know, I think it might be easier just to do it on Facebook. I realize not everybody has Facebook, but yeah. And I might put some on Mercari. I just know that Mercari's going to charge a lot more for shipping than I can probably ship it for, because I use Pirate Ship. But I don't know. I need to sit there and go through my kits and see what I have. I need to go through the really large ones that I am probably not going to do. And yeah. But I'm trying to think. I go, now I do everything by unboxings. You know, so if I've unboxed, well, it's been within, because I started my channel January last year. So, but I don't think I did an unboxing of the Nativity. So it's, you know, I don't know if it's 1 or 2 years old. I'd have to look and see. I don't know. Actually, I think I bought it on a restock. So who knows? I could have actually bought it after Christmas. I don't know. I just don't know. But yeah, I love, Christmas is my favorite holiday. So fall is my favorite. Well, spring and fall are my favorite seasons. But Christmas is my favorite holiday. And I like Easter because that's springy. You know, I like doing kits that are Eastery because they can also be springy. So I can keep them out longer. And that's why I don't really like doing Halloween stuff per se, because, you know, after October 31st, it's like, well, you got to go away. But I put fall stuff out, you know, in September, and it can stay there until it's time to decorate for Christmas. So. But part of me is like, are we going to put up a Christmas tree this year? I mean, I have one we could put up, certainly. But, you know, when it gets to be just you two, I mean, it's kind of like cooking for 1 or 2. It's like, I can, but is it worth it, you know? And yet, do I enjoy it? Absolutely. I love all things with lights. And I asked Max yesterday, I said, are we going to have someone come out and decorate the outside of the house? Because, you know, we ain't getting up on anything. And he was like, I don't think so. Because, you know, our house is set a little farther back from the road. And it's, you know, a lot of trees and stuff in front. So you can't really see it like you could in a traditional neighborhood. So I'm like, well, I don't know. And this will be our first Christmas here. So I'm like, well, I don't, you know, we can see what other people do, but I don't know. I don't know. Okay, V. Alrighty, X is right, y'all. So I don't know. But I do love Christmas lights, and I do love a Christmas tree. Excuse me, a Christmas tree with the, you know, with a fireplace going and the Christmas tree on and playing Christmas music. And yeah, I love all of that. So, and you know, my grandfather, I mean, he decorated every single year, even his very last Christmas, you know. Now, was he good at it? No. It wasn't. But you know what? When I was a kid, it was magical. When I got up older, I was like, oh my God, it's like Christmas threw up in here. But, you know, it brought him so much joy. And, you know, and I think one of the reasons why Christmas is so special to me is, especially, you know, when I got older, when I realized what all that my grandparents did so that Christmas would be special, and all of that was just, I mean, yeah. It's like, they loved me, you know? They loved me. And I mean, that wasn't because I got Christmas gifts or anything like that. I'm talking they made it special. You know, they made it special. Like, oh, I hear Santa Claus up, you know, or we would go drive around at night to look for Santa Claus, you know. I mean, just, you know, of course, it was a airplane, but, you know, when you're a little kid, And I believed everything, you know. But yeah, I just remember just the excitement. And I remember, you know, not just being in utter amazement that, you know, Santa Claus came to visit me. You know, he came to visit me. He came inside my house. And he had stuff on his sleigh with my name on it. You know, that's pretty amazing. That Santa even knows I exist, you know. So yeah, it is one of my favorite times. And I worry because my son, Jacob, he's like, no, that's a lie. People tell kids and I don't want to do it. And I'm like, boy, listen to me. We worked hard to make Christmas special. You know, you're no worse for wear because you believed in Santa Claus. And I said, you can absolutely have Santa Claus and Christian Christmas. You absolutely can. We did. So, you know, Santa Claus worships Jesus too. So, but I already told him, I said, well, you know what? That's up to you. I can't stop you if that's what you want to do at your house. But at my house, Santa Claus is still going to come and still bring stuff for my grandbabies. So that's just the way that's going to work. Sorry if Santa does not come to your house. Oh, I don't know. I'm hoping he gets over that. Maybe he will. I tell us that's cruel not to. You don't want your kids to have the same magical experience that you did. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. I'll have to start working on his wife. Or when he gets a wife, make sure she's, you know, if she's like, oh no, I am absolutely pro Santa Claus. Good. Good. But, you know, I guess there's people that don't, and I get that. I mean, you know, in all fairness, my grandmother, she didn't grow up with Santa Claus. I mean, she grew up in a very devout Baptist home. So, they celebrated Jesus, you know. There was no Christmas tree. It was all about the birth of Christ, which I totally appreciate. And, I mean, she brought that part of it. And my grandfather was Italian, so, you know, they were Catholic, Roman Catholic, just a little different than Baptist. But anyway, you know, that's how she grew up. And, you know, they didn't have a lot of money when she was growing up. So the girls got one doll, and they shared it. And the boys got, I don't know, I think a ball. And they shared it, you know. And that was that. And you know, they had a dinner, but it was all, you know, it was all Christian based. And so she didn't grow up with it either. But I think my grandfather just brought so much excitement, you know, to it that, yeah. So I'm grateful to him for that. And I don't know on my dad, you know, if he'll come over here for Thanksgiving or not. That would be so cool, though, if he would, because, you know, it'd be my first Thanksgiving with my dad. So I would absolutely love that. In fact, if he said, yeah, I'll come over, then I would absolutely cook. So, I don't know. My mind says, yes, I'm going to cook. But my body says, hold up now. But I still think I can do it. I don't know, y'all. I have just not been cooking. just haven't. And I really, you know, I need to get out of that. I really do. Okay, let's see. I need in. 39. Okay. These sections are going quickly, though. Anyway, I forgot. I don't know that I asked you, but will you get some of the Christmas kits from Diamond Art Club? Will you buy any Christmas kits from anybody, not just Diamond Art Club? Some people don't really celebrate. Some people prefer winter over Christmas. But I don't know. I also saw, I think it was Diamond Design Company that had some Hanukkah stuff. And I know Hanukkah is not a Jewish Christmas. In fact, it's a minor holiday for the Jewish people. But I do like those minis. I love the colors, I guess because blue is my favorite color. And I am thinking about getting those. I've got a gift card that I won that I think expires this month, so I need to get something. You know, I don't want it to expire for sure. I mean, I either need to use it or I need to give it away. I do not need to let it go bye-bye. Okay, is that all the ends? I believe so. Okay, let's see. Capital A is right here. I'm going to pay attention because for whatever reason, these symbols, something about, I don't know what it is, but something about them, my eyes don't see them as easily. And they're quite easy to see, but you know, of course it is kind of dark over here. I wonder if I move this. Aha! Imagine that. It's blocking my light. Okay. Uh-oh. We got a dreaming Gus. I don't know if you heard him. Now this one's loose. The multi-placer is loose. Yeah, I need to go to the grocery store. I really do. I thought it would be helpful if I could find out if I have it in me, like fix a roast or something, you know, to something big, so I can see if I have it in me to fix a big meal for everybody. It's just, oh, it's such back-breaking work. It is just such back-breaking work. And I just am not good at having people bring stuff, you know? It's like I'm just not good at it. I don't know. I could. I mean, I could say, well, I'm going to make the turkey and dressing. Somebody else, you know, and I'll provide, and I'll do the ham. Somebody else take care of, you know, side dishes. But the problem is, well, I know my daughter could bring some good ones because she doesn't cook, but her husband does. And so I know he can for sure. But, well, I could ask my daughter-in-law. She is vegetarian, so I could ask her to bring some, if nothing else, just something you know, I'm just not good at it. My grandmother never did that. She always, you know, it's like, just, if you want to bring something, fine, but I'm going to have here's what I'm having. So, and that was everything that was needed. So, and that's just how I grew up. So, I'm not used to having people over and asking them to bring things. Unless I'm like, oh, you know what, I didn't realize that, you know, I need ice, you know, or something like that. But, yeah, I just don't. But I guess I could. But then I'm like, okay, I would like broccoli and cauliflower with cheese. But I don't want rice in it. You know, that's not how I grew up eating it. That's not how I eat it. So it's like, well, if I'm going to tell somebody to bring a side dish, I can't tell them how to cook it, you know. Just cook it yourself, you know. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I just don't know. So I'll have to, but the thing is I'll have to think of it soon, because I'll have to make out my menu and make out my grocery list. I mean, it's a whole thing. So I need to make sure I do all of that. Yeah. But you know, doing all of that takes time away from diamond painting, y'all. And I have just been on a diamond painting kick. And I'll tell you another thing. I ended up, because Max is always like, gosh, I get lonely down here, you know, downstairs, because, you know, he's watching football or true crime or something like that. And I'm up here diamond painting. And so I was like, well, you know what? We have you know, an occasional chair sitting down there. It's like I can sit in that, and then we have a set of TV trays, tables, whatever you want to call them. And so I put one of those in front of that, and it's like, this is where I'll work on my small stuff. So I've done some, you know, off the canvas things down there, and some of the, I finished up some mini dazzles, and so I was like, okay, this is going to be great. Well, yeah, it's, you know, so Max was like, you know, you need a bigger table. So he's ordered me a bigger table. I'm like, you know what, we're going to keep on. I'm going to have a whole nother craft space in the living room, and that's not going to work. And that's another thing about having people over, is I don't really have place for people to sit. Our living room is small. It's very small. And I can sit them as far as eating dinner. It's afterwards. Yeah, it's very small. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, comfortably right now we can sit 5 people. That's it. I mean, yes, we could bring other chairs in, but I don't know how we would arrange them so that people could get out once they got in. I don't know. It's crazy. So, yeah. And that's another thing. If we put up a Christmas tree, that one little occasional chair that we have in there will have to go. So that, you know, it's like, of course, I wouldn't be putting the Christmas tree up until after Thanksgiving, of course. And I do have a friend, and she has a business that, you know, goes around and puts up Christmas trees and stuff like that. Part of me is like, you know what, just call her and get her, because, you know, this is a whole new space, and I don't really know how to do it right, you know. Let her put it up and take it down and all of that good stuff. Of course, I'd pay her, of course, but that way it would save me from having to, well, I say me, save us, because, you know, we got to bring stuff down out of the attic. So I don't know. I'm not sure, y'all. It's just, and it's stuff like that that will drive me crazy, because I will, in my brain, feel like I'm super, super busy trying to think of stuff, and I'm really not busy. So I feel tired, like, oh, I've really been busy today. And it's like, what'd you do? Well, I thought about things to do. And that's not really doing stuff, is it? So, yeah, I don't know. The other part of me is like, I think I want to go on vacation. Let's go somewhere else. I've always wanted to do that. Even when the kids were young, but nobody was into it. I was like, how about, we go to Colorado, rent a cabin, and that will be our Christmas gift, And, no. Nope. No. Everybody wanted gifts. And I'm like, well, we can get, a couple of gifts, but nothing. No, they didn't want to do it. So, fine. See, I think once these are done down here, I don't think I use these again. I think this is the only place I use them. So, but I think what I'm going to do is I am going to do some checkerboarding here, y'all. Just because I know it's going to be a hassle to do them with the multi-placer this large of a section. So I'm just going to make the sections a little smaller. And this is how I like to do it, just randomly make designs. But it'll break it up a little bit. Let's see. That putty smells so good. Every time I bring it close to my nose, I take a whiff. It smells so good. Marion Making and more. I have to look up and see. I'll link her Etsy shop down below. But she's back open. She was on vacation. She is no longer on vacation. But I keep checking every day because I need her to come out with some more static sheets, because I want to keep plenty of those on hand. Because they only come, they come with 60. That's the biggest one. You can get 30 pack, I think 30 pack and a 60 pack, I think. And they, a lot of kits have more now than, in fact, it's very common to have more than 60. So, yeah. I also ordered some more cat ear trays with another container to carry them in. But I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out the best way. But I feel like a little side table next to me that's lower down, so that I can, get to easier, might be the best way, but I don't know yet. So, yeah. And I haven't unboxed it yet, and I don't know that I will. Well, I may do a whatchamacallit on my live tomorrow, do like a little show and tell of it. But I got another 48 baggie holder from Bella Art de Nicole. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little secret of something else I did. I went ahead and bought from Forever Young their bag holder. I think it's going to be, I think the bags are going to flop over, but I want to find out for myself. So, absolutely, I love supporting small shops. I prefer to support small shops, but small shops can be more expensive. So, I'd like to, for those of you who are on a budget give you other options. Now, I won't do that with artwork because, you know, that's theft and it's copyright infringement, and I do not want to get in trouble with, YouTube, because it is illegal. So yes, I know other creators do it, and that's perfectly fine. Has nothing to do with me, and I watch them. I don't go ew, and turn my nose up and not quit following them. No, I don't do any of that, because I think it's good for everybody to see what their options are. Yeah. But I do realize that, I would rather you be able to get things less expensive than not, be able to do it at all. And yes, can you diamond paint with the kit just how it shows up to your house? Of course you can. You can. And I think all of us, for the most part, did when we first started diamond painting. But, we don't anymore, or we prefer not to anymore. And there's nothing wrong with that. I actually tried. So I was like, I'm going to use everything that came with this mini dazzle. And I'm going to use the pen and all that. And yeah, I did use it some, but it still had the older putty in it. The one that now I think it's clear and wasn't then. And I get it now. I knew a lot of people complained. Now, I don't think it's a problem, that other putty. It's not white. It's kind of a tan color. Not a pretty color at all. And I think it works fine in the single placer, the twist and pick or whatever, but not in the multi-placer. I did not like it at all. After a while, after it got worn in some, it was better, but yeah. But I will say this, if you want to work with what came in the kit, Diamond Art Club is hard to beat as far as, what you get, I think. Because those little skinny pens with even with the squishy on them, they're just, I use them just like everybody else, but the first pen I bought that, was not one of those pens, was from Diamond Art Club, so it was one of their pens, and they were good too. They're comfortable. I like the shape of them. Are they as pretty as some of these other pens? No. Like this one, I think this one's gorgeous. But as far as comfort, yeah. And compared to this one, yeah, you could get about 3 of Diamond Art Club's pens for the price of this one. So, yeah. But I love them all, I do have some that I bought from Amazon as well. And again, I like them just fine. So I don't know how I ended up with so many pens, but I did. Probably because, well, I have 3 more coming because I see something pretty and go, ooh, I want it. And I'm anxious because I got to watch Tim. They're coming from Leopard Leatherworks, and I got to watch Tim turn them, and oh my gosh, the blanks were just gorgeous. I bought the blanks from, I forgot who I got the blanks from. Let me give me a sip of drink. But anyway, hopefully it'll tell me on there. I don't know. But yeah, let's see if I can multiply some of this now. Why is there? There is a. Okay. How many is that? So many stick on there. Let's see. Nope. Now I went and. Okay, let's knock this one off. Let's see, will that fit there? It will. Let's see, 4. I do think I want some of the Mini Dazzle Christmas, although, see, I think I already have some. I'm pretty sure I do, actually, so I may just hold up on that because I have got so many. And, yeah. Also, tomorrow I need to make a new reservation for me and Ann, and maybe Theta. Hopefully she couldn't go. She was gonna go last time, but she couldn't because she forgot she had a doctor's appointment. So, but later on this month, so we can meet at the library and have lunch and all that fun stuff. I swear it's one of those things I've been looking forward to since last time. But you can only make your reservations 15 days in advance, so you know. So tomorrow I think I can do it for next Tuesday, I think. I'll have to look at my text to Ann and see what, no, maybe it was Thursday. Yes, it was. Not this Thursday, but the next Thursday, hopefully. Hopefully nobody sneaks in before me and gets it. I think that's the 20th, I think. Yes, it is. Get off of there. My putty is sticking to there. I need to clean it, see how it's getting. So I just need to clean it a little bit. There we go. Ann doesn't know it yet, but she'll figure it out eventually, either by watching this video or by me telling her. But I may see if she would like to go to Denmark with me when we do the retreat. The only problem with that is it's very close to the Lone Star retreat, and I know neither one of us are going to miss that. So I don't know. She may not. I don't know. She says that she doesn't really like to fly. She also said with enough rum and coke she could. So I can get her some rum and coke. That's not a problem. I can do that. So, I don't know. I don't know. I'm so glad that, you know, I've made a friend that, you know, I mean, I've got so many friends now in this community, it's not even funny. I mean, it's amazing to me is what it is. Absolutely mind-blowing. But to have one that I can actually see that, you know, lives closer by, so, you know, we can literally plan to get together for lunch if we wanted to, or, you know, or whatever. is fun, and we can get together and diamond paint, which is fun because I always diamond paint alone. So, but you know, there's something to be said for that too. I'm not looking for, I don't think any of us want to diamond paint with someone 24/7, right? But it is nice to, for a few hours, get together and chew the fat and, you know, diamond paint. Get some diamond painting done too. So it's been just wonderful. It's been absolutely wonderful. Trying to think anything else diamond painted news-wise. I always think of things I want to tell you, and then, or things I want to talk about, and then I forget every time. And every time I say I should write notes, and every time I do not. What is up with that? I mean, is it possible to get into the habit of writing notes at 62 if you never wrote notes before? If you've always been a fly by the seat of your pants kind of person, can you actually form the habit of note-taking? I mean, I guess you could. Why couldn't you? I don't know. You have to let me know. Oh, Lord. Let's see. What do I have coming up this week? Well, tomorrow, Wednesday, is my live. I'm trying to, I feel like, same thing with this channel. I never really had a plan other than just, well, make a video and see what happens, you know. But I kind of feel like going into 2026, maybe I'd like to have some more, I don't know, goals for the channel. Like, I kind of feel like I would like to make more videos. The problem, I mean, and when I say more videos, useful videos, you know? Not that WIP and chats aren't useful, because I too like to listen to WIP and chats when I'm diamond painting. But, you know, I don't know. But the thing is I am not a teacher. I'm really not. And there are so many people that have put out so many amazing tutorial videos that I think, why would I even bother? You know, because there's just too many good people out there. So I don't know. I think I might want to do an updated about me video, because I do have a lot more subscribers, maybe a 2026 version of, you know. But I promise you, or I hope, well, I don't know, it may be different in 2027, but I was going to say it's probably going to be the same, though, for next year, too. The only thing that's different this year is, well, you know, we finally did move into our house that, you know, was looking kind of iffy. But I don't know. And I think if I do that, I think I might actually write stuff down, because there has been a lot of changes since I did my very first one. And, you know, I'd like to get it right. So, yeah, I may do that. I haven't had good responses, but maybe it's because I didn't have enough subscribers at the time. I don't know. But I'm also thinking maybe do a couple of question and answer videos, like, you know, ask me your questions and I'll do my best to answer. I don't mind answering most things. I don't necessarily want to answer something that also involves another human, you know, because, you know, sometimes trying to tell my own story, it also tells someone else's story, and they might not want their story out there. So, you know, or in some cases, I feel like some things I can share because it might help somebody else. If I feel like what I can share can help someone in their life, maybe someone who's listening, then I definitely don't mind sharing that. But I also don't want to get too personal, you know, out on the interwebs. Although, you know, it's not like I'm not some celebrity or anything like that. You know, probably nobody even really cares, to be honest. But yeah, I just don't want to open myself up for ridicule or anything. And gosh, I hope I don't run out of these drills, because although I may have some in my stash, these ABs, because it's getting, I mean, I have all of this and only this, so it's getting a little nerve-wracking. A little nerve-wracking, y'all. Maybe I'll start doing this. None of these are them, so I got some spares over here, but that's not it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hang on. I forget. Oops. I have my bag here. That's got, oh, okay, hold on. Let's see. What is that? Haha. I do. I have more. No need to panic. All right, well, what I'll do then is I will pour some in here. That'll make it easier for me to get some lines going. Duh. See, I'm not used to working out of these. There we go. Now this will be easier, I think. Yeah. I've also started buying kits from different companies. So I'd like to I do talk about them whenever I unbox them or work on them, like as I am doing now, or when I finish and review. But I don't know, I feel like I should let people know, you know, like my channel, what we're all about here, which I think is self-explanatory, but you know, I want people to know that if I recommend something to you, it's because I like it. I have bought everything that, if I tell you how I like something, I've bought it, okay? No one's sending me anything for free. I'm not saying that I wouldn't do an unboxing. I would, but only if I was able to give an honest review. Because, you know, my thing is what's important to you may not be important to me. If you say, for instance, that it had some gapping, but it was no big deal, I'm going to be like, oh, it had gapping. You know, I don't necessarily care for gapping, so I'm going to need to research this one further. If you say it had a lot of trash, but you didn't run out of drills, I'll be like, okay, that doesn't, you know, I'm going to have to research that further, because that's not really something that bothers me. Not as much as it should, I guess. But, yeah. I mean, some things just mean more to other people. A lot of it, too, is, you know, if you go, well, for the price I paid, you know, and I'm no different, you know, it's depending on, if I pay a lot, I expect more. especially when I'm paying more than any other company. You know, it's like, I absolutely expect more. I think I'm also getting to the point where I love supporting small shops, I do. But if I don't feel like it's a good value for my money spent, I am not going to. And it's not, you know, it's not because, oh, I don't want to support small shops, y'all. But, you know, I too have to have a budget, right? And I can't justify spending $100+ on a kit just so I can tell you, oh yeah, I bought from this small shop, and the whole time thinking, not really liking it, but you know, I can't do that. I did have memberships on my channel, which absolutely, you know, I'm not a big channel, and it was only like $3.99 a month, so it wasn't expensive, and then I would do a giveaway, you know, once a month for my members. But I ended up taking that off because I didn't really feel like anybody was getting bang for their buck. And I just didn't feel right. And I'm not saying I will never have memberships. I probably will eventually. But not right now. Not right now. But, you know, I don't even get monetized. I don't know if everybody knows that or not, but I do. I mean, I don't. You have to have at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Well, I do have the watch hours, but I don't have the subscribers to get monetized. And of course, you know, the more subscribers you have and the more views you have, the more you'll get monetized. But I do not have that, so I am not making any money from YouTube, which is perfectly fine. This is another one of my hobbies. I absolutely love doing it. I absolutely love the little community that we're a part of. Even, you know, and it's so fun to see my friends when I go to someone else's lives, you know, and they're like, you know, hey, you know, and, you know, getting to say hey to everybody. It's just like a big old community. And it is a big old community. Oh, sorry. And I really enjoy that. So I'm so glad that I did start a channel. But yeah. And everyone is welcome here. I'm a Christian. You do not have to be here, but I am. And but you're welcome here if you're not. As long as you are a decent person, you know, you don't wish harm to anybody, then I think we can get along just fine. But yeah, I think so. So I don't know, y'all tell me, what would you like to see? What is something you would like to see? Or maybe you've seen it in another creator and you'd like to see me do it too. Or maybe you haven't seen it with another creator and you'd like for me to try. I'm open to suggestions, ideas. I don't have an original thought in my brain, I don't think, so I'm open to your original thoughts or whatever. Let's see, I need 6 of those. We are almost done with this section. Are y'all doing Muka Mania? I hope you are. I need to look and see when Anthony is doing a video. Gosh, I hope I remember to link his channel down below. So, yep, there we go. Yeah, what do you think? Put this up. What do you think? Hang on, let me stand up. I got on socks, so I slide when I try to stand up. Let's see. Can you see? Hang on, let me, try not to knock you over. Yeah, so that's how far I've gotten in this. So yeah, all the way over here. And it looks like I have 2 more sections over here, but I really don't, because that's one section and then I have this little bitty piece here, but I keep it covered up. But whenever I get over here, I'll just go ahead and do both of those. So yeah, I got a long ways to go. I don't think I'll be done in time. Well, I'm not sure when it ends. I'm not sure if it ends in November 30th, but it may be December 30th. So I might have time to finish it. So anyway, everyone, thank y'all so much for watching. I really do appreciate you being here. And I hope you're having a great day. And if you're not having a great day, well, I hope that it gets better. I hope I helped entertain you for a little bit and, you know, kept you company for a little bit, brought a little happy spot to your life. And if you're not subscribed, of course, I would love for you to subscribe and be here and hit the notification bell so you'll know anytime that I go post a video, you'll know about it. And also when I go live, you'll get notified. Subscribing is free. It doesn't cost a thing to you at all. Yeah, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. All right, bye. Bye, everyone. Bye.